What is up? Welcome into your Tuesday, two for Tuesday, October the 4th, 2022. I am your host, Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing you your 5-minute Buckeye podcast every day, all day. Well, not all day. It's only 5 minutes long. It'd be weird if the day was 5 minutes long. It'd be super old, right? Anyways, too late. This week's topic, bringing you my breakdown of Denzel Burke according to the numbers. What the hell has happened to Denzel Burke? I went back and rewatched the game multiple times. Last night I rewatched it, just focusing on him, and he's lost out there. He's just flailing around. The ball's in the air. I don't know what's going on with him. If it's, I really doubt it's coaching. Tim Walton's a pretty good corners coach. Worked in the NFL for a long time. Jalen Ramsey said he's the best coach he's ever had. So something's not jiving here. And I'm going to get into it. I have a bunch of stats that I think point to a drop off from last year, like a serious, significant drop off. I don't know if there's so many factors, I understand the kids like 19 or 20 or whatever, and there's a lot going on in their lives. NIL definitely does not help. Takes away from time off their plate. I know, but look at these numbers. Okay, let's start with. Let's look at 2021 first. Probably be easier. He had a total of 64 targets in 13 games last year. Played 13 games. 31 receptions out of those 64 targets. That's a completion percentage of 48.4. 344 yards, only 59 yards of yak, yards after catch, and a long of 37. He had 9 pass breakups. Okay, that's a good number. And only 1 interception. That's good. Allowed 0 touchdowns. Okay. Same for Cam Brown. For comparison's sake, Cam played almost half as many snaps, though. Cam played 34. He had 34 targets compared to Denzel's 64. 13 completions. That's a 38.2% completion. Did not allow a touchdown. So neither corner allowed a touchdown last year. And Cam only allowed like 46 yards yak, had 1 interception, 6 pass breakups. So that's a comparison. Now let's look at 2022 Denzel Burke. This is through, he only played 4 games. Is that correct? Yes. Did not play last week. The Wisconsin game. So did play against Rutgers. Just want to clarify that. So in 4 games that he has played, he has just over 100 snaps and 17 targets. I need to point out they are going after him, and these numbers bear it out. 10 receptions, that's a 59% completion, 231 yards, allowed 55 yards after catch. That's way more than the 64 targets he had last year and the yak of 59. So that yak is an issue. Let's see, 4 pass breakups so far in 4 games. So that's a good number, 1 per game on average, but allowed 2 touchdowns. And that's the glaring issue, in my opinion. The 2 allowed touchdowns, the high completion percentage when teams are going after him, almost 60% is insane. You can't survive that way as a corner. Let's compare his PFF grades. So let's go back to last year. His PFF grades are not great. 2021, he was a 68.8. That's out of 100. It's okay. The games he really shined were against Oregon, Rutgers, and Sparty. He got roasted against Michigan. His grade was 36.7. So his grade for the entire year was 68.8. And he mostly got those good ratings against garbage teams that weren't throwing the ball. So his grade so far this year, according to PFF, 59.7. So he's down 9 points. And again, I go back to this, the he's getting targeted as a defense. The number of receptions he's allowed and the yak yards and also the touchdowns. I mean, what happened here? There has to be an answer. I don't think it's coaching. I think if anything, the coaching has been the same or gotten better. I know Kerry Combs is a great DB coach. It couldn't have gotten worse going to Tim Walton. So what's happening? Cam Brown not doing great this year either. If you want to compare the corners, 12 targets, 7 receptions allowed, also a 58%. Yak yards, just 37. Did have 1 pass breakup, no interceptions, and 1 TD allowed. So Cam Brown hasn't played as much. He only has 69 snaps this year, where Denzel has 102. So point is, these corners really have to tighten up, especially Denzel, because it seems they're targeting him. Okay. For comparison, the young guys that are subbing in for Cam and Denzel, got Jair Brown. He's only had 39 snaps, but he's only allowed 2 receptions in 7 targets. That's a 28.6%. Almost no yak, 3 yards of yak, no touchdowns. Same for where's J.K. Johnson, 93 snaps. He's allowed 2 catches in 5 targets and no touchdowns. So I really think I'm going to say this, and I kind of feel bad, but I think you got to bench Denzel Burke. He's a liability right now, and you got some better quarterback teams coming up, right? I mean, Sean Clifford, say what you will about him being on Social Security and being with the team for 30 years. They have good receivers, and I'm not sure Denzel Burke is going to get it done. And why has he changed his number 3 times? There's something in there. He lost his single digit. I think that's a thing. Sean disagreed with me Sunday night on the live show. I think that's a thing when you lose your single digit number. So he's changed numbers 3 times. This is only his 2nd year. He started as a true freshman last year. So Denzel, what is going on? I would love some answers. I think you got to get Jair Brown in there. I don't know why he didn't play much last week, but I think you got to get Jair in there. And if Cam is injured still, then obviously JK is going to fill in for him. But that's my take. Let me know what you guys think about Denzel and the corners. This has to improve, especially when we get into playoffs and championship games. You gotta have lockdown freaking corners. This should be obvious, right? All right. I will talk to you boys and girls tomorrow. Go Bucks.